Kitchen Riffin's back. Today we're going to be making a deconstructed bacon, egg, and avocado sandwich. So this is just like a typical bacon, egg, and cheese that you might have made 100 times before, with a couple key differences. First off, we're obviously going to be deconstructing it, which I know has a deserved reputation for being a pretentious term or just a way for a restaurant to charge more while doing less. But in this case, I just think it makes it a lot easier to eat, and it gives you the opportunity to get all those flavors either individually or in different combinations. So that I think is going to enhance the dish. The second change we're making is just substituting the cheese for avocado, because I think unless you're using a cheese that's really strong, sharp, or funky, it gets lost in that really salty bacon and the creamy eggs anyway. So we're just substituting it for a flavor that I love with almost anything and that I think goes really well with the bacon and the egg, and that's avocado. So let's get started. So here we have all the ingredients we need. We've got our bread for toast, our bacon, avocado, eggs. These two ingredients are optional. You have some minced scallions and hot sauce of your choice. So the order of operations here is going to be important since we're dealing with three things that lose a lot of heat quickly, and that's the toast, the bacon, and the eggs. I've actually fried up my bacon well in advance, low and slow, because I think bacon is almost just as good at room temperature as it is hot. Our next move is the avocado. So basically I'm just prepping this so that it's ready for when we spread it on our toast. This is my method of cutting an avocado, just basically cutting it into more manageable squares so that we can scoop that out with a spoon afterwards. That said, I'm sure that there are much better ways to do this. If you know of one, please let me know in the comments. All right, next we'll heat our egg pan up to about medium to medium high heat. And as soon as we get to heat on this egg pan, we'll throw our toast in the toaster. My philosophy on eggs, since nobody asked, is that for an egg sandwich, scrambled is best. So let's get a little knob of butter on there. Swirl it around. And don't let that sizzling scare you. I like cooking my eggs on a higher heat, but what we're going to do is take it on and off heat. So don't be afraid to just lift it up, take it off the active burner whenever you feel like it's getting too hot. I like getting it there and then placing it off to the side for a second. And then we'll get our small little spatula, put that back on the heat, and I'm just cracking these eggs right into the pan. My other philosophy on eggs is it's one of those few ingredients that I really do think is almost always worth it to get the free range or organic or whatever you can get that are better. You can see these yolks. I probably paid about double what you might pay for regular eggs, but those orange yolks just make for a super rich scrambled egg. So see what I'm doing? I've got that heat, and you see the whites forming? That's totally fine. I'm just taking it off heat so that that doesn't burn or crust up against the side. The key here is just keeping it active, stirring it almost like a risotto. And then when I need a little bit more heat, when it's starting to die down, I just put it right back on the burner. And you can see it's quick. It's already kind of forming some of those curds. And this usually comes together in 2 to 3 minutes. But the awesome thing about this method is that you can really control the speed with which your eggs cook. If I wanted to just keep doing this on heat, I bet they'd be ready in a minute. But I can take it off heat for a second, set it aside, and go check out my toast. If I forgot an ingredient, I can go grab that. So I just really think this is the easiest and best way to make scrambled eggs. See, it's already coming together, and we're pretty close to the consistency I want. And our toast is getting damn near done. So I'm going to leave that there for just a little bit longer. And I'll show you what that consistency is that I'm looking for. Also notice I'm not seasoning this until the very end. So now that those curds are kind of coming together, and it's that consistency where it's sticking to the spatula, but it's still got that creaminess, I think that right there is perfect. So I'm going to turn the heat off and set that down. Season those with just a little bit of salt and that optional scallions. If you don't have scallions, you could use chives. You could even use a stronger herb like a basil or something. I just think the scallions or chives give it a really nice, subtle onion kick. So our eggs are done, our toast is done. The only thing we need to do is assemble. And since this is a deconstructed sandwich, there's really not a whole lot of assemblage to be done. I'm just scooping out that avocado and spreading it on there. I like keeping it chunky, kind of like an avocado salsa. And then drizzle a little bit of Cholula. That's my favorite, mainstream hot sauce. And then last, but of course not least, on the other piece of toast, we have our egg. And totally fine if you just kind of spill over into each other like I just did. So that right there is my favorite version of an egg sandwich, a deconstructed bacon, avocado, and egg. How to eat this, however you like, really. But I just like kind of taking individual bites. Make this.